Hello, everybody, and welcome back to, I think it's now episode 7 of the Everything Motor Racing podcast. I'm joined by Jacob Ward.
Hi, guys. What's happening?
And Keelan McNamara, because I actually chose to say his name for once.
Thanks, everybody. I've finally been recognised by our glorious co-hosts. Fantastic to be back, as always.
It's not lasting long, trust me, next week.
Next week you'll be the other guy again.
Yeah. It's only because I'm in a good mood.
I've finally been recognised as a human here.
Like I've given you a sock, now you can, run over the hills or whatever, But it's been an interesting week. Yeah, I mean, it was my birthday for one, so party.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
Whoop,
Turned
whoop.
33, so happy days.
Getting older. No, thank God I'm not 33. Not yet, anyway. And nothing's really happened in MotoGP for obvious reasons. It's not been a race weekend. But obviously we've had the MotoGP game release, which is
Big mess.
Yeah, just a total mess, to be honest.
It's a bit of a state, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures of the riders hanging off the back as if they're on the Western Beach Race Street, that got me. It was just hilarious.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, not great. But hey-ho, hopefully Milestone will fix that, because...
Yeah, that's the thing now, I think going slightly off track with it, it's games in general now. I'm a big gamer.
Yeah.
And now people seem fit to release unfinished games with the promise of patches.
Yeah.
And it's something that needs to stop.
Yeah, it's lazy craftsmanship. I fully agree with that.
Yeah, because I don't want to turn it into like a Milestone hate thing, but at the end of the day, if you're paying 50 quid for a game, you expect it to be finished.
Yeah, so I don't want to criticise because they do get it right in the end, but that's even worse in my opinion in a way, because it's like they can clearly do it.
Yeah.
Just do it from the start.
There's no excuse, yeah.
No, because they'll
especially as it's the official MotoGP game.
It's not some bootleg thing, But they'll obviously use the excuse, we're working from home. But again, it's just not an excuse.
It's not good enough, guys.
No, sort it out. But today we're doing something. I can't get my words out today. We're doing something a little bit different, and so what we're doing, we're playing a game. We want to play a game like the Saw guy.
Yeah, Johnny will be better than MotoGP 21 at the minute.
Killer line.
Oh dear, Milestone is going to put a lawsuit. But so we're going to play a little game today. So it's been an idea. Basically, what we're going to do, we're going to create a MotoGP grid from riders who. So we've got specific parameters for said riders. And we're not allowed to use the satellite teams in MotoGP, so it's just the 6 factory teams, 12 riders, of riders who are not racing in MotoGP. So we can't pick any current MotoGP riders. They have to be, obviously, like Moto2 riders, World Superbike riders. They cannot be retired riders. They cannot be test riders. They have to be riders either currently racing or on a sabbatical.
Yep. I wonder who that opens the window for.
But yeah, I think this has been pretty difficult. I don't know about you two.
Yeah, I really struggled with Suzuki, so enjoy that.
Repsol Honda was a nightmare for me because that whole thing just put a massive spanner in the works for 50% of it.
Yeah, I was the same. I was like, right, whose careers do I want to ruin, or whose careers do I not want to ruin?
Nice.
I just felt bad, but I think there's definitely some spanners in the work. There's definitely a few ones that make you kind of question yourself a bit. But yeah, I think I've got it right. So we're going to go kind of one by one with the manufacturers. But what the basis of the game is that we have to agree. So by the end of it, all 3 of us have to agree on the MotoGP grid.
So what we're going to be is whoever is the best salesman for a rider.
Pretty much. So whoever's rider management or whatever, get that in there, promote the riders.
Yeah, so whoever wins this, we're all free.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, if you're... So we'll get into it. So we'll start with Yamaha. And I have gone for Garrett. It's a reunion. It's a reunion. So I've gone for Garrett Gerloff and Cameron Beaubier.
Ooh.
What about
Okay.
you? What you be? Well, we'll go around. So Jacob next. What would you go?
Aaron Canet and Jonas Folger.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, tasty.
Okay. And then Keelan, what have you gone for?
I'm going to preface this, and I'm not including this rider because according to the parameters of what we agreed, he's not allowed, but I've got him bracketed just for discussion. I
Right.
have gone for the factory Yamaha team Sam Lowe's
Hmm.
Okay.
and Toprak Razgatlioglu from World Superbike.
Right. Okay.
And the
Yeah.
one who was bracketed was Cal Crutchlow, just because I'm a big fan of what he's done to the M1. But those are my two picks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sadly, Crutchlow would not count because he is the test rider. So
Yeah.
But so that's interesting. Who did you say again, Jacob?
Canet and Folger.
Canet and Folger.
Canet, because he is probably one of the smoothest Moto2 riders out there at the minute, and we know you need YAM to be smooth.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And Folger was a test rider in 2020 for Yamaha. He knows the
Yeah.
bike.
Yeah, true. I mean, obviously, I've gone for Garrett Gerloff because obviously his,
Well, he was the last rider you could pick technically who's ridden the M1, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Cameron Bobier because he's got 5 titles with the Yamaha over in the United States.
Yeah, both of them are actually really good. I wouldn't disagree with any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've gone for Sam Lowe's because I think Sam Lowe's is the best and the smoothest rider in Moto 2. And I think that style would complement the M1 perfectly. And I've gone for Toprak because I'm a big fan of what he's been doing in World Superbike. I think he's a really, really talented rider. And I think he would transition to the M1 very well too.
Yeah. I mean,
I would disagree slightly with Toprak.
I'd disagree with Lowe's, to be honest. Sam Lowe's smooth.
I'm just getting attacked on all sides here.
No, I will back Keelan now, and I think Lowe's is smooth at the moment. Like when he
Yeah.
gets out of control, he's really out of control. But it's very few and far between now. But Toprak, I think, is too aggressive for an M1.
Yes, because I originally was like Gerloff and Toprak, 100%, bang. And then as I was thinking about it more and more, I was like, no, because obviously when he's braking, he's like, down on the anchors, he's proper like rear wheel in the air, he's skitting around.
He just throws the bike around, and I think that's not what you need on an M1.
No, and I did switch him. I have got Toprak down, but not on the Yamaha. So right, we'll go through what we'll do. We'll go through each manufacturer, and then we'll kind of pick. Actually, no. How should we do it?
No, pick there and then, I think.
There and then. So okay, what? So
Okay.
we pick the Yamahas now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So. I mean,
I'm gonna back Lowe's, but I'm open to the other one.
well,
I think Folger would be a good shout.
Folger would be a very good shout. To be fair,
but I would also agree with Gerloff.
Yeah. So, I mean, with Lowe's, I've got him down elsewhere.
Yeah, so will I.
And yeah, I don't want to put Glows in because I think he'd be suited better elsewhere.
Yep.
Okay,
So
interesting.
So, who's your other one, Keelan? I can't remember now.
My other one was Toprak.
Toprak.
I think Toprak is a no.
Yeah, I do as well. So
I think Folger should be a 1.
Yeah, I'll agree with Folger.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then
agree with Gerloff.
I'll actually compromise on Gerloff because he seriously impressed me in free practice last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So is Gerloff?
Yeah,
Are we
that
locking
works.
in? Are we locking in Gerloff?
Locking Gerloff.
Right. So we're locking.
I'm assuming nobody's going to vote Canet.
I have him elsewhere actually.
I have him
okay.
elsewhere as well. Yeah, I've got him
Oh,
elsewhere.
okay.
Yeah. So who are we locking in for the other Yamaha? Because we don't. Neither of us agree with Keelan. I'm sorry, Keelan.
That's all right. I expected this.
I didn't expect us to agree at all, to be honest. So.
No, to be fair, those riders make a lot of sense. I have no problem with any of what you've said.
Yeah.
Folger and Gerloff. That's actually
Folger.
not a bad shout.
Yeah.
I think that's a decent lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. So yeah, locking in for Gerloff and Folger. Okay.
Yep.
Agreed.
Sweet.
Sick. Right. Moving on to Honda now. This was tough. This was really hard.
Yes.
I struggled so much on this, but I have gone for Toprak, Razgatlioglu on the
Oh.
Honda. Yeah.
Okay.
Aggressive style, and then but I've gone for one that you're not going to agree with. Aaron Canet on the Honda.
I think he's too smooth for the Honda.
I
I
agree.
think he's very much Jorge Lorenzo-esque.
Yeah,
And
no, that's
yeah.
as we saw, it didn't work.
okay. And so who have you gone for on the Honda, Jacob?
Right, well, I've gone for two riders who are currently riding Fireblades,
Okay.
which I think
Ooh.
would be best because obviously it was helped develop by Marc Marquez, so there'll be some hallmarks of Marc's style, which still are a trait to the RCV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've gone Alvaro Bautista
Mm.
and Alessandro Del Bianco.
Okay, yeah. I
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I can see Del Bianco 100%, but not Alvaro. But we'll discuss in a minute. And then what about you, Keelan?
For Repsol Honda, originally, I'm not gonna lie to our viewers. I tried to bend the rules as much as I could and include test riders, but we agreed we couldn't. So I did have Danny Pedrosa just because I'd love to see him back. But I've put Toprak in Repsol,
Yes.
so I'm agreeing with Declan on that. I think he would be suited much better to that.
Yeah.
And my second rider's Remy Gardner.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
I think I love his wrestling style on the Moto 2 bike, and I think he'd do great on the RC21 3T.
That's why I put him elsewhere.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Wait, Keelan, have you put Toprak on the?
You put Toprak twice, yeah.
Yeah, you got Toprak twice. What are you doing?
Well, I basically had to accept the Yamaha argument, but I think he's worthy of being on the grid. So I think Repsol, on reflection, makes more
That's
sense.
actually not a bad decision. Like putting riders who you think should be on the grid if you've been out.
I'm not just going to sit here. I'm not going to die on the hill just to prove a point. I'm willing to move him elsewhere if he suits better.
Yeah, do you know what? I did not even consider doing that. That's actually a really good shout.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's what I originally did because I was like Gerloff and obviously Toprak, but then I just put Toprak onto Honda because I was like he'd better suit it. But obviously I didn't go the Keelan route of. Yeah, that's fair.
So who are we going for here then? Because I think Alvaro has actually got a really good decision in that he has MotoGP experience. And he's
How old's Alvaro now?
He's old now. He's like 35.
He's not that old.
Yeah.
I think he's about 37.
He's only like 32.
Nah, bro, he's old, mate. Hold on. Alvaro, I'm Googling. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's 36 years old. He's 37 this year.
God.
37 this
36 years old and he's got hair like that. Come on, Alvaro.
He dyes it. He's got that surgery, I don't know what it is, the hairline surgery.
Oh, he's got that
Alvaro.
transplant going, boys.
Yeah, that's the one. I wouldn't agree with Bautista just sheerly on his age, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think based on experience of Honda, but the new blade is close to the RCV.
It is, but
and that's why I've chose two Honda riders.
I can agree with Del Bianco, but I cannot agree with Bautista.
Del Bianco loves a bike that moves around.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I mean,
I think Toprak.
I did have a wild card who I wasn't gonna say, but for Honda, but Alessandro Zaccone. Because he's one of those who chucks it in and just throws it in, and that's what you need with a Honda. But he would have been my not decision. Like only if I was seriously outvoted, I'd throw him in there, but I wouldn't put him in the first choice either.
Yeah. So, who are we saying? Are you agreeing with Toprak, both of you?
I could go Toprak.
Okay. So we're all agreeing on Toprak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go Toprak.
Right. So I've locked in Toprak. So Toprak. Now, my choice of Canet is out of the door. And then who have you got as well as Toprak, Keelan? I can't remember.
Remy Gardner.
Yeah, so I don't agree with that.
I put Remy elsewhere, and I think me and Deck probably put Remy in the same place.
I have a feeling you have.
Yeah. And then
So that leaves Delboy.
I agree with Delboy. I genuinely agree with it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, okay, let's lock him in.
Toprak and Del Bianco.
Yeah, lock him in.
Right. So now we move to Ducati. Ducati, I found quite easy for half of it. I'm sure both of you got the exact same.
I found it easy for two, actually. This was one of the easier.
I had two riders. No, I had one in Suzuki, and I've moved him over to Ducati. So for me, I've got Ducati. I've got Scott Redding
Yep.
which is just blatantly obvious. And then
pretty much we all got red in, so that's already locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock
Second
him in
rider's
now.
the question.
Joe Roberts.
I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't go in, but I like it.
I had him on Suzuki originally. So, what about you? What have you got, Jacob?
Loris Baz.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think he'd do quite well on better equipment than the Avinti.
And I think he's closest to Pecco in style and height.
Yeah.
And as we've seen, Ducati need a rider who is prepared to dangle off the bike, really throw it to the floor. And, he's got fairly recent Desmo experience.
Yeah.
I see no reason why Baz couldn't succeed on a factory Ducati.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. He's only 27 as well, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he's at the peak of his career right now for me.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be really... Moto America is a fantastic championship, but Baz shouldn't be there.
He's wasted
he's No, I wouldn't say wasted. He's very marketable, but he is too good to not be on the world stage.
Yeah, he's too good to be in a national championship kind of thing.
Yeah.
Perfect. And who have you got, Keelan?
Well, no real surprise to anybody. I also have Scott Redding. And Declan, I've agreed with you. I've gone with Joe Roberts.
Yes!
Oh, well,
And I'm going to tell you why. I think Joe, not only was he heavily linked to one of the Ducati seats last year in the off-season, I think his riding style would work brilliantly in factory Ducati. I really do.
He'd fit it like a glove, honestly.
I agree.
So, Scott Redding's locked in.
And I've been overruled on Baz.
You've been overruled.
So, Joe Roberts it is, but I'm not unhappy about that.
So, Redding
I can't believe we agreed on that.
Yeah, that's sick. Suzuki's an interesting one. I can see this one being a bit controversial.
I think you're going to like what I've got.
So, for Suzuki, I have gone with Fabio Di Gia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I've gone for Mr. Sam Lowe's on his.
Yes, Suzuki. So did I.
Yes. Perfect.
That's where I put Lowe's, but my second rider was Fermin Aldeguer.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. He's done quite well.
I think Aldeguer is a very smooth rider. It seems to be the Boscoscuro trait that you need to be smooth.
Yeah.
It sets you well to move up to a Suzuki or a Yamaha if you perform.
Oh yeah, and he handles a big bike really well.
Yeah,
he's fast
that's right. In my note, I put he's tall and he's really strong for someone who's 16.
16, yeah.
Time's on his side. He's wrestling a Moto E-bike around and they weigh as much as a pig.
Yeah, they're 280 kg,
Yeah, so I think Aldeguer could really benefit from a bike like a Suzuki.
Okay. And who?
Lowe's was my second.
Perfect. And who have you got, Keelan?
I've gone very left field compared to you two. I don't have any riders that either of you have. I have gone number 1, Andrea Dovizioso.
Okay.
I've put him elsewhere. I'm sure you already know where.
Yeah.
And my number 2, my fellow countryman, world superbike champion Jonathan Ray.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't put
nearly put Ray. I nearly put Ray instead of Lowe's.
I love Ray's riding style, and I think the Suzuki's built to that.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I nearly put him in. I was on. It was literally a case of, Lowe's or Ray, and in the end, I just shut my eyes and went for Lowe's.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I was the same. I was a bit like Ray, maybe Lowe's. So yeah, that's an interesting one. So, what are we saying about my Digia choice? Yes or no?
For longevity, I would put him over Davi. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think he has a lot of time to develop.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me for one season, I would edge Davi. But if we're looking long term, I would agree with Fabio Di Gianantonio.
We're not going Aldeguer there.
I would say not yet for Aldeguer.
Fair enough.
But
I think
I agree with
the thing, but I couldn't disagree with DG.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, lock him in. I'm fine with DG. He's a very good rider. We know he's going to be moving up next year. It's pretty much guaranteed to be on a Ducati.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works.
Thing is, though, obviously we can't choose Dovi because me and Jacob have got him elsewhere.
Yeah, and I think we both are in the same place.
Yeah.
Oh God! No.
So Dovi's off.
What about Johnny?
I wouldn't put him in over Lowe's.
What about Johnny?
DG.
What about Johnny and Lowe's in the same team?
I'd go DG over Ray.
Yeah, DG over Ray.
Oh,
It's
that's
tricky.
a big shite.
That's tricky because I like Digi. I like the idea of Digi, but I like the idea of Raya as well.
The
I
thing
think
is,
Ray's boat has passed.
Yeah. If you put age into account, then it might take 2 years to adapt to the Suzuki, and he's not got 2 years.
DG has time.
Yeah, Digi's got more time. So
I'd go for DG here. I'd lock him in.
Okay, what do you think, Keelan? DG?
yeah, I agree with locking in DG number 1. I'm not mad at that decision at all.
Okay, I've put Digi in. Digi is locked in. Right.
Lowe's obviously is the second because we both agreed without even arguing on that.
yeah. So Digi and Lowe's.
Yeah, I might vote it on Lowe's. I still think Jonathan Ray.
Yeah. Okay. So Raya or Lowe's? Because Keelan's strongly
Leave it in the comments.
S Lowe's.
Yeah. Well, I've put Lowe's down just because you've been overruled.
That's democracy.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a dictatorship, mate.
Which does mean...
All right, Al-Assad, calm down.
It does mean for now Ducati and Suzuki, I've got a full house. So let's go. I think for KTM, I think Jacob's going to have exactly the same what I've got.
Is it both our riders?
Yeah, so I've come Remy Gardner and Ralph Fernandez.
Yep, so did I.
Yeah.
Just because Io basically breed the KTM riders, it would be stupid not to consider them both.
Considering they're both race winners,
Yeah.
I mean, what have you gone for, Keelan? I'm intrigued.
Which manufacturer are we talking about?
KTM.
I have gone Raul Fernandez.
Yeah.
And my other one is Aaron Canet.
Okay. Why?
Ooh.
Well, to be honest with you, I try to consider where best to put Canet in. I think Jacob was perfect in his summary earlier. He really is like Jorge Lorenzo. And I think the KTM's evolving to the point where it's becoming a very, very smooth bike. And I think Canet would be excellent in aiding that transition.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't put Remy somewhere. And Remy is a MotoGP rider in waiting at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I had Remy in the Honda.
Yeah, I think.
And now we've got to go somewhere.
I think it suits. Yeah. I've locked in Fernandez because we've all gotten the Fernandez down.
Oh, so does it come down to Canet and Remy?
Yeah, Canet and Remy.
I would pick
that's
Remy.
tough.
I think Remy is just slightly further along in development.
Yeah, I think he's just because he's got more experience in Moto2 as well, and Canet give him another year.
And it is a 2023 MotoGP rider, if we're honest.
Yeah.
Whereas Remy, we know he's going up next year.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So, who am I locking in?
Remy.
Lock in Remy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Remy.
That's a very fair argument. I can't argue with that, really.
So I've now got 3 in a row. Let's go, full house. Let's go. Right, last one, Aprilia. I've gone with. This is going to be like the old fogies team, to be honest, for this one.
Oh, okay. I wondered if you've got 2 of me now, then.
Oh, okay. So,
because I've got experience at Aprilia.
Oh, okay. So I've gone obviously Dovizioso.
Yep.
Which
not a shock.
Love, and Chaz Davies.
Yes, so did I.
What?
No way.
What
my argument was that 2 riders with current, like, massive experience and wise old heads would help develop the Aprilia to the point where the younger generation want to get on it next time.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, I agree. I mean, who have you got, Keelan?
Oh, well, it's not Chaz Davies, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, God.
Go on.
I have gone for Marco Bezzecchi.
Okay.
Ooh.
And, I mean, I'm kind of processing the Chaz Davies pick, but it makes more sense than people think at the sort of point of first impression. I just think Bezzecchi's such an impressive Moto2 rider. He is MotoGP quality, and he will be on the grid. And I think if you're looking at the future to build a bike around, I think Marco Bezzecchi's your blueprint.
Yeah, really good point.
I can't disagree with that.
No, I can't.
I think he's the prototype.
And who's your other rider?
Dovey.
Okay, so Dovey's locked in. 2
countrymen, one younger one learning from the other.
Yeah, to be fair, you made some really good points for Bezzecchi there. That's a tough one.
Plus, there's no language barrier either.
Yeah.
I think I can't disagree with Bez. I'm just wondering if he is ready.
Because he's fallen apart. Not fallen apart, but he's not having a great season this year.
I would say he's very much Canet level. He's a MotoGP rider in waiting, but he needs to bide his time.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised to see him do another year in Moto2 next year.
I think he'll go up with the VR46.
Yeah, I do, to be fair.
They will promote him alongside Marini, but I don't think he's quite ready. But he's going to be at home almost. He's going to have time to get to the level.
Yeah. See, I don't know, because I was like full for Davies, but this Bezzecchi argument, I don't know, it swayed me a little bit, because building a bike around the young talent, yeah,
Sometimes
I really
you've
like
got to give
that.
the youth a chance.
Yeah, my Aprilia wildcard was top rack.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's interesting. That's interesting.
I think it's a very front end rider.
Yeah,
and Aprilia, as we know, has a very good front end.
Yeah, as a Honda's is diabolical.
And that's why I think Top Rack would be better suited at Aprilia more than any other MotoGP place. But they were riders I put ahead of him. But yeah, Top Rack was my wild card for like Aprilia.
Okay, that's.
I'm gonna stand pretty firm on Bezzecchi.
I'm gonna overrule with Chaz. It's up the deck.
Oh, don't put it down to me.
Yep, sorry.
Oh my God.
Sometimes you've got to take a chance on youth. I think you do.
No, I think Aprilia have laid the groundwork if they had those two riders for being able to take the chance on youth later down the line. MotoGP is not a one season thing, is it?
No. Oh, I don't know. I've got my head in my hands now.
I think you give Bezzecchi the chance to develop his own bike. At least he's not riding somebody else's.
It would be a shame to see Bezzecchi go to waste, though, knowing that he could go and hop on a Ducati and be fast. Hop on a Ducati and be fast. And it'd be a shame to see him round the back in Aprilia, whereas...
Could well see him on an Aprilia next year anyway, so...
Yeah, we could, yeah. VR46 Aprilia, that's been the rumour this week. But we'll talk about that later on. I haven't actually written any notes for this episode either, so we're literally going to have to wing this.
I'm fine with winging it.
Yeah.
I'm winging it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So go on, who are we locking in? It's down to you.
Oh, for goodness sake, I shouldn't have bided my time there.
Yeah, I know.
My word.
All of Italy's waiting on you, Deck.
Oh, my word. Because I really, really like the sound of Chaz Davies in MotoGP full time. And I think he'd be fantastic for Aprilia. And if I pick Chaz Davies, I'd have four of my ones would be four of the actual ones, if that makes sense.
That's representing Wales, you know. Just throwing that out there.
Right, yeah, best then. Oh my word.
Think as well, I'm just going to leave you with this to decide. I think we've broken Declan. We've broken our host.
People are going to be like screaming right now, like, you idiot, just go with Bezzecchi or just go with Chaz.
No, the thing is, well,
he's like grinding dice. That's the gears in his head.
Think of the marketability with a young Italian rider on an Italian bike as well.
Yeah, see, Keelan's pitching it to me. Go on, pitch it to me, Jacob.
I don't need to pitch anything. Chaz speaks for himself, but
so does Bezzecchi.
Chaz has been there, done it, got the t-shirt, and
Bezzecchi will be there though long term.
But his Will is nowhere pretty lead right now for me.
Right.
We've just spent the last 2 episodes singing the praises of Aleix.
Yeah. But what I mean is, Aleix is there.
Yeah. This is
like Aprilia right now don't need a future because it could go horribly wrong. Aprilia right now need a rider who is clear in the direction with the experience in order for the bike to then be good for the future for someone like Bezzecchi to get on.
I think it's Bezzecchi.
Right, I locked it in and I've just changed it at the last minute thanks to what Jacob has just said. So, I've put Chaz Davies.
Hey!
Because...
Representing Hereford.
Because put Bez on a satellite team. He could be on a satellite. Obviously, we're not doing the satellites. We're just doing the factories. But Bez on a...
throwing satellites in, Christ.
Oh, yeah. No
oh, God.
But, yeah, so...
We've nearly broken him with the factory. You really want to add satellites into this?
Yeah, who did put on Pramac deck?
No! Stop! I would put on the Pramac, though, Michael, Ruben, Rinaldi. Just putting it out there. putting it out there.
I nearly went Rinaldi for Ducati. I
Yeah.
nearly went the World Superbike boys. But
I did too, to be fair. But we're not going fast satellites because we'll be here all day.
So no Bazaki then. We're going Charles Davis over Bazaki.
Going Chaz Davies.
Yeah. But one thing I did want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I know we weren't doing satellites, but say Suzuki make a satellite team. Who do you put on it right now?
Right now?
Yeah, as in, like, you've got the factory team of Mir and Rins.
Yeah.
Suzuki just come along with a satellite team. Like, just say they funded it. Obviously, they wouldn't be funding it. Who would you sign if you were Suzuki on a Suzuki contract to go in that satellite squad right now?
Franco Morbidelli.
Yep.
And...
Can we pick anybody, including retired riders?
No.
Anyone, yeah.
Wait, what? Even retired riders?
Yeah, because I was going to say Morbidelli and Jorge Lorenzo.
Yes!
I was going to say that.
Yes! I was going to say the same. Sorry to everybody's ears.
The Suzuki is built for Jorge Lorenzo's style, yes.
Yes, it is.
Like,
A
I was
unanimous
just
decision.
Obviously, it's not going to happen that way.
No,
but if you were Suzuki, you could sign 2 more riders on factory contracts, chuck them in a satellite team. Any rider.
Oh, no question.
100%.
Because Morbidelli is being treated really shabbily by Yamaha.
I think he's been massively disrespected by Yamaha, no question. And I love Franco too.
Yeah, he's sick. I like Franco. And Lorenzo would fit the Suzuki like a dream.
Like a glove's glove.
I think he could genuinely come in and do some serious damage.
Yeah. I do too.
Because he's not having to wrestle a runaway bike round the grid. He's flowing with it like the M1. Yeah. I think that's just the dream shite right there.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. So, going over this grid, we're locking it in. So, with Yamaha...
I can already hear people screaming at us.
Yeah, like, what the hell? No,
I'm going to get death threats over this.
You get death threats anyway, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
who's this Irish guy?
That's true.
Yeah, you're Irish. Come on, man.
Yeah, been dealing with this shit for 50 years.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah. So for Yamaha, we got Garrett Gerloff and Jonas Folger.
Mm-hmm.
Over in Honda, we've got Top Rack Razgat Tlioglu and Alessandro Del Bianco.
Ooh, Del Boy. I like Del Boy a lot. I think he is wasted in CIV.
Yeah.
Again, CIV is an excellent championship, but it's still a national championship.
Yeah, he should be in at least World. But his world season will go into another time because that was atrocious what happened to him.
Well, to be fair, he basically had a bike he was pedaling.
Yeah, it was rubbish.
But endurance spec and a World Superbike. Come on, lads.
I know, it's pathetic, isn't it?
Get it together, would you?
Yeah. So, Ducati, we got Scott Redding and Joe Roberts, which was my original picks as well, so I'm happy about that. And then Suzuki, KTM, and Aprilia are also my picks. So, I think I've got this spot on.
Although, there was one rider I want, before we finished it, so I did want to ask you about who you maybe place somewhere.
Okay.
Because I think he maybe deserves a place in the grid, but I don't know where I would put him.
Okay.
Jordi Torres.
I was thinking that. for Honda.
Yeah. I would either put him at Honda or KTM.
Yeah, or Ducati. He's got Ducati experience, after all. Race for Avintia.
You could justify any of those 3, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't been mentioned. I was waiting to see if someone mentioned him. But Jordi Torres.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Just missed out for me.
Yeah, same. So, obviously, we've got Redding and Roberts at Ducati. And Suzuki, we've gone for Fabio Di Gianantonio and Sam Lowes on the Suzuki.
Yeah.
Very good lineup.
Yeah. And then KTM, Raul Fernandez and Remy Gardner.
Yeah.
And Aprilia, we got the boomers of Aprilia. Andrea Dovizioso and Chaz Davies.
The Aprilia RS Zimmer frame.
Yes. Make that the title of this episode.
Oh dear.
And by the way, if Marco Bezzecchi ends up watching this in the future, I'm sorry, I argued as hard as I could for you.
Yeah, give in 2023, I'd maybe go a few bears, but not right now. But
to be honest, let's be honest, Bezzecchi is not going to listen to this.
Yeah, if he does.
No one's listening to this tosh, but But
I know some people do. Like at least 3 have messaged me. That's a lot.
Yeah, about that.
One of them was me twice.
They're just me on fake accounts.
Yeah.
Don't get your ego up, mate. But
started from the bottom, now we're still at the bottom.
Yeah. And from the bottom of is slightly up.
Yes. Right, now this is a section where we move into rumours, because there's been a few little talks from
Ooh.
sources that aren't us, so it means we can't take the flack if they're not true, which is great. Thanks for that,
Yeah.
GP1.
Non-liability.
Yes! But obviously, because we have to say the sources, so GP1, it's your fault if it's wrong, gp1.com.
Let's be fair, I doubt it is.
Well, I don't know, they have been wrong before, but yeah. So, the big rumour that's come around this week is Aprilia and VR46. With Aprilia making a B, obviously like a satellite team, and the VR46 squad taking those spots up instead of the potential, Yamaha everyone thought about. With obviously Rossi's...
Yamaha are pretty much Petronas again, and they...
Yeah.
Which basically
so that's out of the window.
Yeah, and basically it makes Rossi's career a full circle. Started at Aprilia, ended at Aprilia kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because Aprilia are the VR46 side, it's more due to Grassini taking the other Ducatis.
Yes.
Which I think is a good decision from Grassini. We know Fabio Di Giannantonio is moving up with Grassini. Like, obviously the bike wasn't confirmed at the time. But we know he has a contract to race in MotoGP for 2022, and it's looking like it'll be on a Ducati.
Which is very good for him.
Yep, and if we are being honest, it's pretty much a shoe-in that he'll be joined by Enea Bastianini.
Yeah, reunited with Enea Bastianini in the team, because obviously they raced together when Diggio was a rookie in the class, in the Moto3 class, and Enea was missing titles by millimetres.
Yeah. But just because obviously Avintia are going to lose their MotoGP spot for 2022, Enea is technically unemployed right now.
Yeah, he's obviously employed by Ducati, but they need to put him somewhere.
And they and slotting him in Grassini, where he obviously knows the environment, knows the people, and if we're honest, he'll probably have a bit more drive than he would have had to do Fausto proud.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, very true.
I think it's a really good decision to go Ducati. I think Ducati have pulled a blinder by getting him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. He's like, to have a rider of his caliber on your payroll. Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, it's a great decision all around. I fully agree.
Yeah, and DG we know is a very good rider.
Oh yeah.
As we discussed earlier, I think he's in the Bears Canet bracket of will be a MotoGP rider, needs time.
Yeah, it's not a question of if, it's when.
Yeah, but he needs time to get to the level that we know he's capable of.
Yeah, because I think he's easily he's a front runner, he's a podium finisher.
Yeah, he's not a mug, is he? Let's be honest.
Absolutely not a mug, no. Fantastic
and
rider.
Red Bull don't sponsor riders who are who are not good.
No, you get your Flyer and Alts, your other riders, but they lose their sponsorship pretty quickly. But obviously they've rejoined them.
But then it goes with Ducati being Grassini, that leaves two avenues for VR46 left, and that's Aprilia and Suzuki.
Yeah, so if they do,
Suzuki they're not really thrilled about it, from what I gather, about actually doing another two bikes for 2022.
What, Suzuki aren't?
No.
Oh right, okay. I thought they were all in for it.
Are they more built around focusing on the two they have now then?
Seems like it. So Aprilia is pretty much the only option left for VR46.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
I don't think it's a bad option at all, to be honest.
If the bike can stay as it is, then yeah, it's a great option. But
I think it's only going to get better, personally.
Yeah, and then they can put obviously Bezecchi and Marie.
Don't forget, this is still a brand new project.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they've changed 90% of the bike from last year. It's pretty much a brand new bike. Unless they get it seriously wrong in terms of development, which I don't think they will, with Dovi not working for him, he says. With Dovi riding from Anderlecht, two very, very good, very old heads, there's no way they're going to go in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It is very hard to see how they could mess that up. That's a good point.
If we did have a VR46 satellite team in MotoGP, who would ride for them? I guess
Bears and Marini.
Yeah, and then obviously because Marini, obviously Avintia are dissolved. Obviously,
but then Who would you put on the second VR46 Sky Racing bike in Moto2 alongside Vietti? Because they haven't got a Moto3 bike anymore to bring them up.
Menu?
Yeah.
It would probably be Mino Antonelli, right?
I guess so, because obviously, I can't remember their names now. Obviously, Bartolini and the other guy said
Alberto Sura.
Yeah, that's it, Alberto Sura. Obviously, they're not there
They're not
yet.
ready.
They're nowhere near ready. They are sick riders, though. Sura is just Alberto
he's very
Sura,
good, but he's not ready.
Yeah, but he's like them two are the future. Like, I think VR46 will eventually have a team again in Moto3, but it won't be a Sky VR46 team.
They had to sacrifice the Moto3 spot for the MotoGP spot for Marini at this point, didn't they? Whereas eventually it'll get to the point where the VR46 Empire is going to get so big and powerful that they won't need to sacrifice anything. They can just snap their fingers and they'll get what they want.
Yeah, and they'll have teams in obviously MotoGP, 2, 3, CEV, Moto3, and then CIV, and then pre-Moto3 CIV, etc. all the way down.
Yeah.
They're just going to franchise Grand Prix motorcycle racing.
Yeah.
Pretty much is the plan, isn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah, 100% is the plan. That's the thing. And the MotoGP step, they had to make a sacrifice, but once they've got the foundations there, there's no reason why they can't.
1 step back for 2 steps forwards, I think.
Yeah, because they've still got a Moto3 team. It's just a case of now bringing it back into the World Championship, which again is possible.
100%. And like, if a Moto2 spot will open for one of their Moto3 riders.
Yeah.
And one of them needs to move. So now it's going to be a case of Mino or Antonelli are going to be so annoyed.
I mean, both of them
don't get a move.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have got a spot. Like, both have got a podium this year, but you got to remember as well, it's not like massively publicised, but the Antonelli is riding for the VR46 team in Moto3. Obviously, it's the Avintia one, but it is the VR46 bike.
It's the sponsorships as the giveaway.
Yeah.
Because obviously Tatai is a Red Bull rider, Antonelli's a Monster Energy rider.
Yeah, and but it is like they're both racing for Avintia, but it is Avintia VR46, even in Moto3, but it's just not as well known. Like, you may even have learned, oh, okay, I didn't realise that. But it is
come 2022, it is fully Avintia.
Yeah.
So Antonelli is pretty much out.
But it will either be Migno's obviously raced for the team twice already, so he'd be the obvious guy to put into Moto2 next to Vietti. But they could just throw it out of the water and just go for another random Italian rider that's doing well, like maybe Arbolino, because he's already got sponsors apart from Monster. And there's other riders that are Italian who are coming up.
Whether Arbolino would be prepared to lose Red Bull.
I think he would, but then again, you want to be your own person as well. You don't want to be, because a lot of riders.
We've seen that's true. That VR46 are prepared to sponsor riders in CV.
Yeah,
like VR46 Master Camp, like they bring in through some good Asian talents.
Yeah, they're massive.
They've signed Andy Verdoya.
Yeah, they've even got Verdoya.
That was totally left field.
That was when the news came out that he was racing CV this weekend, I was stunned. Couldn't believe it.
That was just completely left field. But it shows that they ain't scared to sign riders up.
Yeah, because obviously they've got there's two parts of the academy. They've got the Master Camp, which is any nationality, and then they've got the VR46 Academy, which is only Italian, strictly Italian.
The Master Camp is focused a lot on Asian talents, which is a very good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Because Asia is a massive continent. I can't imagine how many riders have flown under the radar just from not having the funding because of their location there.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah. But I mean, in regards to, say, a second VR46 seat next year, we've gone completely off topic, by the way, but I'm kind of enjoying...
That's what happens with rumours.
Yeah. What about either Manzi rejoining, Balega rejoining, or Yari Montoya rejoining?
I don't think Balega would ever go back.
I don't think Balega would. But what about Yari Montoya?
Montoya's in a good spot for me at the minute.
Yeah, he's doing all right, to be
fair. I like where Montoya's at.
I don't think Speed Up would want to lose him.
No.
Let's be real. Navarro's done.
Yeah.
Unless he has an absolutely blinding second half of the season.
Somehow.
Navarro is out.
Yeah, because Aldeguer will just
Montoya becomes the focus.
Yeah, 100%. And there's not really many Italians. You got Matteo Ratto in the CEV who is racing on the KLX, but he again was a VR46 rider and isn't anymore.
wouldn't mind a Zaccone going over.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if it fit the VR. He's a bit older as well
Yeah.
now. I don't know if it suits the VR46
He has
lifestyle.
no sponsors. The only reason he's not riding in CEV this year is because his team folded with no money.
Yeah, and
yeah, backing him would be great, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an interesting one with the team. Keelan's been deadly silent throughout all this. What do you think, Keelan?
I think he's soaking it up like a sponge.
He's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, I'm trying to process what tangent we went down, to be honest with you.
This makes change, mind them. We are going down a tangent, not you.
Yeah, I mean, you've gone into a vortex of rumors, and I'm trying to decipher it basically. So you'll have to give me a minute. I mean, I remember Aprilia and Suzuki, and then we went to Asia.
So what we got now is I've broken Declan, I've broken Keelan. So anybody else want to step up?
Yeah, 2 of the 3 of us have been broken on this episode.
Yeah, thanks for that. Needs therapy.
What do you reckon on that? Like, have you got anything to add?
Honestly, I think you've covered it pretty well, Jacob. I don't see what argument I can make that would contradict anything you've just said. It's a pretty comprehensive verbal essay.
That's That's Keelan's nice way of saying, I don't understand what the hell you're going on about, so I'm just going to agree with you.
You're really going to make me come out and say it?
But yeah, so actually, as we're on the topic of CEV and some CEV riders, it was the first race this weekend at Estoril.
It was awesome.
Because, oh my word, yeah, it was awesome. Like, those 2 Moto2 races were sublime.
Yeah, but I've been banging the drum about Alonso for about 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
And sometimes people have said to me, sometimes people said to me, oh, shut up, he's riding a stock 600. Suck it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's he's come in as a rookie and took 2 wins today against Alonso, Lopez, and what's his name?
Let's not forget Lopez is also a Moto2 rookie, though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but like they've had these 2 on the speed up, which is obviously the Bosco Scuro, the unpreferred chassis, and both of these have just come in and destroyed.
You say that, but it did win the CEV championship last year in Monteo.
Yeah, it did. I think it works with the Honda because they're still using the Honda engine, but obviously Triumph not as well because obviously Jorge Navarro had a good season, switched to Triumph.
Obviously, if you don't know, the CEV are still using the Honda 600 engine that was used in the Moto2 Championship.
Yeah, because
until they switched to the 765 Triumph.
Yeah, because it was meant to be this year, but obviously COVID, etc.
Yeah,
and budgets and things
pushed
like
back.
But yeah, like those 2, they were battling. They were bashing fairings. They were like, I think it was one of the last corners before it was a chicane on the last lap of the second race when Alonso Lopez literally was like coming in and like they banged fairings and then it was a chase of a line.
You could see they both enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, they loved it.
The lines weren't crossed.
Yeah, they were like shaking hands and stuff and hugging and stuff.
Yeah,
really good races.
I think I've done a couple of like off topic predictions for the CEV, and I'd say 2 out of 3 I'm pretty much on point already. Like Aldeguer, I knew he'd just be awesome. Like if it wasn't for his Guevara, Fermin Aldeguer would be talked about as a totally special rider.
Yeah, he is.
He was just extremely unlucky to be in the same Talent Cup as Guevara.
Yeah.
So he was
any other year.
Yeah. And he was riding for Best of Capital, who had less money than me.
Yeah.
He's a special rider. He's up there. He's probably the best rider not in the MotoGP paddock at the minute for me.
Oh yeah, he is sublime. I think he's a big talent, and so is David Alonso, who took a podium in the Moto3 race on his debut. It's his birthday today. He's 15 today. And
but Alonso, again, dominated Talent Cup last year.
Yeah.
If you can do the Talent Cup and win it the way that Guevara has, the way Alonso has, you're pretty much a shoo-in to do well in Moto3.
Yeah, but the thing with Alonso is he's like I would say, this is like a bit controversial, I think he's better than Guevara. And you're going to have to... I knew you'd come out. But like, you got to think, right, Guevara didn't do too well in the rookies last year. But then David Alonso came in. He was in the ETC, the European Talent Cup, on the standard Hondas. So he wasn't even on the full Moto3 bike.
I think that's the problem, though, with the Red Bull. I've spoken to some riders, and they've said that the rookie's bike is just nowhere near the Moto3 bike.
Yeah, that's true.
More like a Talent Cup bike.
But like there's 11 races in the ETC, and he finished 10 with 5 firsts and 5 seconds. Then raced in the Red Bull rookies, and his worst result was 5th place with like 5 4th place finishes and a race win and 2 other podiums. David Alonso.
Yeah, he's got Aldeguer syndrome in the rookies for me, because if he was against anybody other than Acosta, he probably would have won it.
Oh yeah, I mean he had some bad luck in the last few races, but he genuinely could have won it as a rookie. And then he's moved up to the, obviously he in the rookies last weekend at Portimao, he won both races, and then he's come into the Junior World Championship this season with the Aspar team, which he also won the 85cc GP Championship with the Aspar team, then the European Talent Cup with the Aspar
and it's
team.
worth noting that he's not a Spaniard.
Yeah,
technically.
Well, he was born in Madrid, but
Colombia.
he races with the Colombian. Yeah, he races with the Colombian thing.
I think that's excellent, do you?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and then he's come back into the Junior World Championship this year at 15 now. He stood on the podium in his first ever race.
Now the Moto3 race was a very good race.
Oh, fantastic race!
I thought, I was really impressed with Alonso, but I really, really enjoyed the fact that Salvador put a TM on the podium.
Yes. It annoys me.
I was watching that and I was loving it. I was like, oh yes, finally another manufacturer.
Yeah, because TM, they've been there, but they've not been there.
They haven't had the rider of Salvador's quality, though, have they?
No.
Zanone's good, but...
Zanoni won an Italian championship on it, but and then he did really well, obviously, in his Moto3 World Championship debuts, but he just didn't do it in the CV to then get him into the World Championship. But I think
Salvador is a step up.
Yeah, I think he could be the guy that eventually pushes the TM into the World Championship.
I would love to see it, because Mahindra tried and failed.
Yeah, awful Mahindra.
But and then obviously Olgado won.
Yeah,
it's now or never for him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
he's been in CV Moto3 for too long now.
He's only 16.
But he's seen teammates come in, beat him, and go to the World Championship in that time.
Yeah, because obviously he raced for the Estrella Galicia team as well.
Yep, and then of course Aspar.
Yeah,
he's seen riders come in, beat him from the off, go up while he's still stuck in CV. It's got a rankle.
Yeah. But, it's been an interesting day of racing. Keelan has no idea what we're on about because he probably didn't watch them. But...
Did you actually watch the CVs, Keelan?
Honestly, I did not. Uni's destroying my life at the moment.
That's a
fair.
Terrible excuse, but yeah.
No, that's fair. Uni's only slightly more important than bikes, but
I would disagree. Racing is life. But...
This is true.
Yeah,
it is.
I was on a beach and I watched it.
Where?
Where?
Yeah.
Aberravon Beach.
Beach, man. That's dedication. That I respect that.
I was watching just watching the races. I was lucky because literally the beach is right next to a 4G tower, so I had a cracking signal.
Nice. So in the European Talent Cup today, obviously we had one rookie winner in the second race, which I'm terribly sorry, I cannot remember his name. Was it Gomez? Was it?
David Garcia.
That's it, David Garcia. Yeah, sick race from him with the Hawkers team. No, it's the Mir team, isn't it? And then Jacob Ralston basically won. It was previously to this, his best result was 7th, racing for the Leopard team. And then today he's gone out and won it.
Yeah, and won it well.
Yeah, amazing race.
His way to the front and just held on to it. I think Carpe did him a favour by crashing out in the first race.
Yeah, he did.
It was really unlucky for Carpe, and obviously Philip Ton also did him a favour by taking out himself and Ferrandis out.
Yeah, it was gutted when Ton crashed.
At the end of the day, you've got to be in it to win it, and I'm confident in saying I think even if all those riders were on track still, Ralston would have still won that first race.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And then David Garcia in the second race, I thought, Ferrandis has this down,
Yeah.
He's got him to the line, and then Garcia just tucked his head down, and then where Ferrandis thought he'd be clever and go across the line sideways, like tried to stop the draft, Garcia just put his head down, went straight and crossed the line first. It was racecraft for a rookie.
Was it like 6,000ths, wasn't it?
It was something like that. Yeah, it wasn't much. It was a max fart.
Tiny. Yeah, it was minuscule. But yeah, really
Yeah.
good racing from all three classes today. Really enjoyed them.
Yeah, to do that as a rookie with that racecraft, I was very impressed.
Yeah, no, I agree. Me too, yeah. So, moving on to the World Championship now from the European Championships. Obviously, this weekend, MotoGP goes to Jerez at last, which is good, positive.
Whoop.
It's a leveler. It's probably the first track we've had this season where we will truly see where these riders are at and who is best. And the question.
So these predictions now are going to be a case of, if you get them wrong, you're probably going to get them wrong all season. So no pressure, boys.
Yeah, thanks
no
for that,
pressure.
yes. But the question I have for you two is: can Pedro Acosta continue?
Yes, he can. Like we saw Jerez last season. Him, all the rookies, they were super strong at Jerez.
Guevara.
Yeah, Guevara took his first win at Jerez, and then just carried on winning, obviously.
Yeah.
And then of course all the rookies, even like Adrian Fernandez was strong there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and
I see no reason. Like, I'm not going to predict it, but I would genuinely not be surprised if we saw an all rookie podium in Moto3.
That'd be insane. That would be like unreal.
Oh yeah.
Costa, Guevara, and I don't know, maybe Artigas, but maybe Fernandez, because he was very strong there last year. Like they all have the talent to do it. I don't see any reason. Like, if it happens, don't be surprised. No. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not predicting it, so don't show to me.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think Acosta can continue to do it. You know, he's like the rest of the field. They've put in on thousands of laps around Jerez. He knows his way around there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he did quite well in pre-season testing as well at Jerez.
Yeah, he was in the top 3 a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and so...
But of course, now we've got the experienced riders coming to the fore at Jerez as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it'll be a really good leveller. And it'll be interesting to see how Il Dottore does as well.
From what, I can't remember who it was. Was it GP1 who said that this will be the decider for Rossi, whether he continues. If he doesn't do well at Jerez.
I have heard that, yeah.
If he doesn't do well at Jerez, he's done.
Oh, dear. Well, no pressure. No pressure then, you know.
Come on, Valley.
But, it'd be interesting. I think with Acosta, I think he'll do well, but Moto3 is just going to be...
It's got to be encouraging for Acosta, knowing that he's going to come out of this in the lead of the championship no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what happens, he's still going to retain that lead. But the fact that he's managed to win championships on tracks, he's not... obviously, Qatar, he doesn't know. Portimao, he does know. So the fact that he can win races on two completely different types of tracks bodes really well for Jerez.
Serious versatility as a rider.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm wary of putting too soon on Acosta.
Yeah.
But he's you can't deny he doesn't look like the real deal, because he does.
Oh yeah. I mean, to put a little stat in there for you guys, the last time in the lightweight championship a rookie won the title was Loris Capirossi in 1990.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so 31 years ago?
Yeah.
31 years ago, so maybe you can do it again.
I was looking at, going slightly off topic, Capirossi rode the 2019 Aprilia RSGP at Misano.
Yeah, he did.
That's right.
With the Aprilia Thanks Day.
Yeah.
And I was just having a quick peep at his stats because someone asked me his age.
Yeah, he's quite old.
He started in 1990, obviously won it.
Yeah.
His last race was then Valencia 2011. He had a 21-year career.
Long time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I remember that last race. That race.
Yeah, he ran the 58, didn't he, on the Pramac bike?
Yeah, that was such a nice tribute when he did that. I really respected that.
That was class.
If you get a chance, go on the various Aprilia channels on Instagram, on the social medias, but Instagram especially. Check out Manuel Poggiali's story with all the two strokes. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, they got a line of them all, from really old ones to new ones. They got obviously Simicelli's bike there. They got loads.
Yeah, Poggiali's title-winning bike.
Yes, I love that one.
And of course, they had Fausto Grassini's 125 there as well,
Yeah,
which was a really nice touch.
they had the Biaggi Chesterfield as well.
Yeah, it was art.
And
2
Rossi's
strokes.
bike. They're
Yeah.
Rossi's Mugello liveried bike as well. Yeah, so
Gorgeous.
But yeah, moving back on topic, it'll be. I mean, what are we expecting from Moto2 with Sam Lowes? Is he going to bounce back?
I think now the field will close up on Lowes.
Do you?
He'll still be up the top with Remy and Raul Fernandez, but I think the whole pack will be closer.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, but I mean, can the IO boys continue it as well? Can Fernandez continue this form? Can Remy
Fernandez
continue
now is on a he did well last year on that track.
Yeah, he did.
At Portimao. He did well at Jerez last year, so I see no reason why not.
Yeah, and then
obviously he didn't win it, but he did. He was there, and that was his first strong showing of the year last year.
Yeah,
and it was obviously the first race.
Yeah,
but he started as he meant to go on at Jerez last year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, moving on to the Premier class, can Fabio Quartararo do a double? Well, it's not a double, but you know what I
mean. I don't know. I'm feeling a Morbidelli.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I think he would have won of the races last year if his engine hadn't blown.
Oh yeah, I know, and Pecco as well.
Pecco's strong there. Morbidelli, Pecco, and Quartararo are probably favourites. If you're honest.
Yeah. Obviously, the thing with Jerez is because it's such a twisty track, it naturally favours a bike like the Yamaha. So I'm not mad at a Morbidelli prediction. I think that's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, what are we expecting from Marc Marquez?
I don't know, honestly, because obviously it's the scene of the crime, as it were.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to play on his mind a lot?
Yeah, I do. But I don't think it's going to hinder him. But I think it'll maybe stop him giving that last 1%, through the section he crashed at.
Yeah, the 10-4, wasn't it?
I do also think that he's strong enough on the rest of the track that he'll compete.
Yeah,
I think a pole position is out of the question.
Yeah,
Mark, but a race win maybe not because of conditioning.
Yeah, I think because the thing with Marquez is he'll put everything to the back of his mind and just ignore it. So I don't think it'll phase him much.
Subconsciously the one because it's easier. Like obviously, this biggest crash before this was the Mugello straight. It's easier to just say, okay, put out your mind on a straight. You know what I mean? Like it's a freak accident.
Yeah.
Whereas his crash was it was a freak accident, but it was through a corner. I think he's going to be subconsciously, whether you like it or not, you will take it easier for a while through there. It's just whether you can get it out of his mind by race day.
Yeah, 100%.
Even someone like Mark, mostly bulletproof, but nobody is totally bulletproof and totally immune to mind.
Yeah, I think he will be stronger because he'll have worked the muscles that you can't work in a gym.
Oh yeah.
In Portimao, I think we could see a top 5 now from Marquez. I think. I don't think that's out of the equation.
I'm not 100%, but I'm open to being wrong on that.
I fully agree. Top 10.
Pace is there. We saw that at Portimao. You know, his pace was never in question. It's all about his conditioning to finish races.
Well, he finished P7 at Portimao, one of the most horrifically, taxing tracks of the year.
But he couldn't recover, and I think that's going to be the problem for at least another 2 races. Is once he gets past, he struggled to repass. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's always been Mark's massive strength: is you pass me, I'm going to pass you back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Taking that away from him, conditioning, I think is just he's not quite there, but I have no doubt he's going to be there by Mugello.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's not a case of if again; it's a case of when.
Yeah,
which is
I agree with that.
Perfect. Right now, going into predictions. Obviously, Jacob, I believe, managed to smash it all, and even predicted what's his face, Raul Fernandez getting the win as well. So Jacob got that one spot on. So let's see if he can do it again. We'll start with Keelan in Moto3. What's your podium predictions?
I'm gonna go Pedro Acosta again. I think the point we mentioned about versatility is really gonna help him at Jerez. Also, the fact that he comes out on top no matter what happens. I think riding without any pressure will make him even better than before. So Pedro Acosta, very little question for me. And then, as always, Moto3 is just a bit of a toss-up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jaime Masia,
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
and I was gonna go Darren Bender, but I think I've put the kibosh on him a bit. So I'm gonna say Izan Guevara.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I like it.
Nice. Okay. And what about you, Jacob?
I'm going to say Masia, Guevara, Sergio Garcia.
Okay, so completely the same as before. Oh wait, no, Garcia. Okay, so no Acosta.
I think Acosta will be top 5, but I think now we're back here in Europe in the proper places, as it in inverted commas, the proper places,
Yeah.
the classic tracks, as it were.
Yeah.
I think the field will close up and he won't have it all his own way.
Okay, interesting. For me, I've gone with Pedro Acosta because I think he's got it, and Sergio Garcia because he's been so close in the last few races. I think he's got it.
Okay.
Dennis Foggia.
Good
I
shout.
nearly Fudger.
Second to
One rider I do think might be a wild card is Philip Salach.
Yeah, I think Salach could do it as well. To be fair, it's not a bad shout.
Or De Pasquier.
No, I don't agree with De
I don't think
Pasquier.
podium, but possibly a top 10 for DePasquier.
Yeah, top 10
But yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
I see no reason Salach couldn't battle at Jerez. He's always been stronger.
So in Moto 2, who are you saying? Keelan McNamara.
Oh, well, as long as he doesn't crash in the first turn this time, I think it might well be Sam Lowe's race to lose.
Yeah.
I just think he's rock solid around Jerez, so I'm gonna throw Sam Lowe's in there, and then Lord above, who do I put in the other two spots?
Oh, yeah,
Like
it's
Moto
so
3
hard.
all over again. Oh god, that
Well, I
wasn't
know
sorry.
one.
Definitely not Red Bull sponsored riders. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Remy Gardner.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm gonna throw Joe Roberts in there.
Okay, interesting. Not a bad shout. I rate that. I like that. And what about you, Jacob?
Raul Fernandez.
Yeah.
Augusto Fernandez.
Okay. So A Fernandez. Yeah.
Joe Roberts.
Oh, okay. So you've not gone for like obviously.
I'm not as confident Raul will win this time.
So what makes you put Augusto Fernandez in there?
We're back to the places he likes now.
Yeah.
He never liked Qatar.
No.
He's never been stronger.
No.
Does
Portimao was a
anybody
bit
like
of a...
guitar?
The track itself is excellent, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he's always struggled with the conditions there.
Yeah.
Last season at Portimao, he was riding injured. He just didn't have the data that he needed.
Yeah.
Now
That's
we're
true.
in the places he knows, he loves, and has always done fairly well at. Now
Yeah.
we're going to see the real Augusto Fernandez.
Well, the real Augusto
Or
Fernandez
he'll come 20th and I'll look a complete idiot. But
well, there's no change there then, is it? But yeah, we'll see the real Augusto Fernandez stand up.
yeah,
Yes.
real Augusto finally stand up.
Yeah. I've just gone really, really boring, to be honest. I've got Sam Lowe's.
Remy Gardner,
Yeah.
Raul Fernandez, and Sam Lowe's.
Oh, wow. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Nobody's saying Bez then.
No. I like Bez, but I just don't see it happening, sadly. So,
Wait till we jello.
yeah. What about you, Keelan, for MotoGP? What do you think of MotoGP?
I'm gonna throw Fabio in there.
Fabio? Yeah, that's fair.
Just because I'm more confident he will at least get a podium than he won't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw Pecco in there.
Yeah.
You know, I've got this feeling he's gonna smash qualifying at the last second and probably finish on pole.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Like he lost that lap time at Mugello again last year as well, which would have been a massive lap record. He is when he can hook that lot, like when he can hook a lie. I can't get my words out. When he can hook up a lap time, he can really like destroy lap records when he wants to.
He's a point off his entire total for last year, so that's what I wanted to mention.
Yeah, thanks for that. Stole my stat.
Sorry, but I wanted to mention it simply because suddenly he stepped up. Now the factory pressure is on. Some people wilt, other people step up.
Yeah,
and it looks like he's stepping up right now.
Yeah, massively.
And my last pick, This is tough. I'm trying to logicalize who could finish in the top 3. I'm gonna throw Joan Mir in there.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, to be fair.
I was gonna put Rins, but he seems to have a little bit of an issue with tire management, so I think Mir will get it done.
Okay. And what are you saying, Jacob?
I'm going to go left field.
Oh dear.
Like this.
Brad Binder.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean, they don't really get on too well at.
I think this KTM, based on everything I've heard about how it's behaving at Qatar, will be a good bike at Jerez.
Okay, I'm interested to see how that plays out, to be fair, because I don't know, they didn't really do too well at Jerez last year. Obviously, Binder did set like last.
They didn't have the issues they've got this year though, on the higher grip tracks. Jerez isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they could do very well at Jerez last year. Like last year, Binder was up there until he crashed in both races.
Yeah.
I think he can put it together and grab a podium at Jerez, no doubt.
I'd like to see that, to be fair. And then who else?
And then Quartararo and Morbidelli.
Okay, nice one. Yeah, good shout.
Good shouts.
So I've gone again a bit boring because that's me. Fabio Quartararo, Alex Rins, and Franco Morbidelli.
Where do we think Alicia's going to finish on the Aprilia?
Top 5. I'm saying it.
I'm
5.
going 4th there. I'm going to go 4th straight off.
Nice.
I'm going 6th or 7th, just outside.
Okay. Yeah, I think if they can do it anywhere, they got Dovi's data as well.
Yeah. And the other question I had: how do we think Tito Rabat is going to do?
Oh yeah, because he's racing the Pramac Ducati, isn't he? Of course.
Current machinery.
I think he could surprise many. I genuinely think he could surprise a few people.
I think he's going to snatch a top 10. I do.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I wouldn't bet against the top 10, to be fair.
See, Paul Martin not going to be racing at Le Mans either.
Yeah. They'll put Christophe Ponson, whatever his name is, back on it.
Christophe Ponson, yeah.
Because that went well last time, didn't it?
Do you know what, right? Everybody, I've fought his corner for a while. Everybody says, oh, he was like 9 seconds off. True. But that was FP1. He'd never ridden it before. By the race, he was 1.5 seconds a lap off. That's a hell of an improvement.
Yeah, that's a massive improvement.
7.5 seconds.
You can't knock a man who improves, in my opinion.
No,
and the fact that people rip him, like Carl Crutchlow said he was dangerous. He was in FP1. Come the race, he was not.
Yeah, he was fine by the race.
Yeah.
But what on earth for Avinti, I think.
Money!
Money!
Give me all of your shekels.
Yes.
Doesn't Tito Rabat's dad have a sponsorship deal with Avintia?
He did.
It's something to do with the jewelry company whose livery's on the bike.
It.
Yeah,
he owns it.
Rabat Jewelry. Yeah.
Oh, they own that? Oh, that makes sense then.
Tito is the son of a diamond magnate.
Yes.
And yet he chose Grand Prix bike racing.
Yeah, well, that's what he said now, is he's done paying for rides. Which, good for you, Tito.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's good enough to be paid.
Yeah, he's a world champion as well.
Well, the Pramac machinery will give him the chance to showcase his talent, and whether it was just the bike or it was him. So I'd say top 10, maybe, yeah.
I think he's been hung out to dry by Avinti almost, much like Carol Abraham was.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They've been aired out, and Avinti have chased the money, and now they've got almost current machinery and riders on Ducati contracts. Suddenly everybody's raving about Avinti, when in reality, Tito, I think Abraham as well, were not bad riders, not half as bad as they were made to look in that team.
I think Tito's issue was that he never really had good machinery in MotoGP. It was with the Moto VDS team, which was just,
Oh, that Honda was, may as well pedalled it.
Yeah, piece of poo.
And of course, Carol Abraham took a front row on that of Aspar bike.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. As
soon as he goes to Avinti, I guess mistreated, does nothing, I guess.
Yeah, so I think, and obviously the bike that he was riding, obviously Tito was riding, was not the same as Zarco's either.
No, there was no India. Everybody's like, oh, identical machinery. Pfft, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, Zarco was on a Ducati contract, Tito wasn't. But yeah, they could have given him the same machinery.
Yeah, well done. So
no, Tito's got a bum deal, 100%.
100%.
I don't think he's good enough to win a MotoGP race, but he is a solid top 10 rider.
Yeah, I think he could do a top 10, but yeah, like you said, I don't think he'll win a race. Right, and that is all we have time for on this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know your predictions and what you think your MotoGP grid would look like. Send us a message on Instagram at everythingmotorracing. Let us know what you think, and if you are listening on YouTube, please give us a sub. I can't get my words out today. Please subscribe to the channel and like this. But I can guarantee you're not this far in. But if you are in, thank you. I appreciate it. That sounds really sarcastic.
And if you've got anything to say to me directly, give me a message as well on Insta at NoMotoNews.
Yeah, I'm not. What are you doing plugging yourself?
And if you have anything to say to me, please don't, because I don't need the hatred and no one knows my Instagram anyway.
Yeah, thank God.
Link down below for Keelan's Instagram.
Oh my God, he's actually gone it now.
You got all his, his topless photos on there. His pictures in his bikini shorts.
I sent those to you in confidence.
Well, stuff happens.
Leaking my OnlyFans. What's wrong with you?
Right. Well, anyway, yes, time to end this after it's taken a bit of a weird turn. But thank you for listening, and we will be here next weekend after the Portimao race with all our thoughts. Yeah, that one, Jerez. So I'm actually quite tired now. We'll be there after Jerez with all our information and rubbish and all that junk. You know how this goes now. Thank
Analysis.
you. Yeah, that one.
Later.
Thank you. Peace out.
Thanks, everyone.